Alright guys, what's going on? It's Shrem here, and welcome back to another video I got for you guys today. Today I am bringing you another rebuild. This one is going to be different than a normal rebuild. So I'm using the Steelers here, as you can see, and there is a reason for that. But first I have to give a shout out to Hurry the Feet, I think it was. He commented on my Buccaneers. I want to say it's my Buccaneers rebuild. It was a little while ago. But he kind of suggested this idea. So basically what I'm going to do here is... this is going to be called the relative rebuild, so you can probably already kind of see what it is. The stipulations on this rebuild is that I can only trade for players who are relatives, and if I trade for one of them, I have to get the other one, or the other two, however many there are. So that is one thing I must do, and whenever I trade for a player, I have to get their brother, their cousin, whatever, if I can like, you know, make sure that they actually are related. Another thing is I can only sign players in free agency who already have or who have a last name of somebody else already in the NFL. The free agents don't have to be relatives per se, but they just have to share a last name with somebody else. Like, let's say, I don't know, Von Bell ends up in free agency. I can sign him because Le'Veon Bell is in the NFL, of course. You know, there's a bunch of people like Martavis Bryant. If he, no, actually, I'm gonna make it so I can't re-sign Steelers players. I don't know, that's just a thing that seems cheap to me. But let's say Dez Bryant is in free agency. I'm able to sign Dez Bryant because of Martavis Bryant or Matt Bryant, whatever you want to think of. So that's the whole thing with free agency. And then drafting is going to be the same sort of thing. So drafting, I'm only allowed to draft players who have the same last name as somebody else in the NFL. Oftentimes there are a lot of players who have like Brady in their last names, or Roethlisberger I've seen, or like Green Beckham. A lot of players in, you know, the generated players, the generated rookies, they all have pretty similar last names to people already in the NFL, but there are also a lot who don't share a last name with somebody else. Like, I've seen a whole lot of, like, I've seen Kershaw before, which is interesting because, you know, Clayton Kershaw is a pitcher for the Dodgers, of course. Like, I don't know, it's just kind of interesting to see. But those are the rules of this rebuild. I hope this can go well. I just really hope there's a good quarterback, because the only quarterbacks, if I am not mistaken, that I'm able to trade for are the McCown brothers. I really don't want to do that. I'm probably not going to trade a quarterback or trade for a quarterback this first season, but I'll try to trade for the best pieces I can come up with, and I will, you know, come back to you guys with some trades. My first trade here is Alejandro Villanueva, Cameron Hayward, and Artie Burns for J.J. Watt. And this is the reason why I chose the Steelers, because J.J. Watt is actually easier to trade for than T.J. Watt is, which doesn't make sense to me. I get T.J. Watt's a rookie, but come on, J.J. Watt's a 99. He should not be easier to trade for than T.J. Watt. But there's also another Watt brother, though, that I must get now. Very simple trade here, but Roosevelt Nix straight up for Derek Watt. This is actually what it takes to get Sammy Watkins. Ryan Shazier, Javon Hargrave, and David DeCastro. I tried Ryan Shazier and Javon Hargrave in a 4th rounder, and it wasn't really all that close. It was about 80% full. But adding David DeCastro gets it done. Martavis Bryant, Eli Rogers, and J.J. Wilcox for Jalen Watkins. I'm not entirely sure how him and Sammy Watkins are related. I don't know if they're brothers or cousins or whatever, but I know they are related. It takes a lot to get this done as well, but Vince Williams, I think his name is, Antonio Brown, and a 3rd next year for Michael Kendricks. So I understand that Marquise Pouncey has a brother in the NFL named Mike Pouncey. Obviously, I'm aware of that. They just make a lot of money, and they're not that great, so I didn't think it was really worth it to keep them on the team. I mean, they're talented. I'm pretty sure Mike Pouncey had a really, really good season, and Marquise Pouncey has been pretty solid the past couple of years, but they're both sort of old and make a lot of money, so I figured it would just be better to get rid of them. So I'm trading Marquise Pouncey. I always get their names mixed up. I'm trading him, Joe Hayden, and Ramon Foster for Eric Kendricks and the Vikings first rounder. Juju Smith-Schuster, Stephon Tuitt, and James Conner for Travis Kelce. Very simple trade here, but just a 3rd rounder for Jason Kelce. BJ Finney, Mike Mitchell, and a 2nd rounder for Kendall Fuller, and a 7th next year. Ben Roethlisberger and Marcus Gilbert for Kyle Fuller, a 6th and a 7th rounder. And I think this is going to be the last trade I do. And by saying that's the last trade I do, I meant the last trade for players that I do, because the remaining players on this team who, you know, aren't relatives and aren't eligible to stay, like Le'Veon Bell, of course, I'm not keeping, or like Josh Dobbs, I'll probably trade, or anyone that really has trade value, Vance McDonald, Jesse James. I'm just going to trade them for picks, and I'm not going to show that because it gets kind of boring, but this is what the team looks like pretty much for the first season. You know, the players who are here that are not relatives, you can kind of just picture them not on the team. What I think I'm going to do, though, is move TJ Watt down to end and then run a 4-3. I'm pretty sure Pretty sure the Steelers have a 3-4, but I think a 4-3 looks better for this kind of scheme since we have Michael Kendricks over here too. He's more of a 4-3 outside linebacker than a 3-4. He's not a bad 3-4 outside linebacker since he has 85 block shed and 70 power move. I mean, the power move is rather low, but like I mentioned earlier, I'm just going to trade the rest of these players away who have trade value, and then I'll see you at the midseason. I'm just going to allow the computer to sign any free agent because the team is going to be so empty after this, but I'm just not going to resign any of those free agents because I don't think we're going to do well. And like, even if we have, you know, Colin Kaepernick at our quarterback, I don't think we're going to do well with the rest of the team, so I don't think it'll matter that much if we sign some free agents. I am now at the mid-season mark here. Let's see how we are doing. Experience doesn't look fantastic. It started off in the defense here. I guess the computer signed Abdul Qadis for us. I mean, not really the biggest deal, but he's there. I don't really feel like cutting him. I'll just keep him. Why not? He's not going to make that much of a difference. Colin Kaepernick is the quarterback, apparently. Alright, anyone else new? Not really that I can see, but Sammy Watkins is not confident. I don't know why I queued it on him. Everybody's pretty not confident. Pretty not confident? Pretty unconfident. I think that's what I was thinking of. We are 2-6, which is actually fine because I retained our first round draft pick, which is nice to see. Hopefully we can get like the #1 overall pick with that and then trade it back and do all that kind of good stuff. But anyway, Kendall Fuller is here. Nope, Kyle Fuller. That was Kyle Fuller. Yeah, it was. Chris Boswell is here. Also, yeah, I didn't get a different kicker or a different punter. I could have got the Colquitt brothers, but I just decided not to. I don't think it'll make much of a difference for this season. I'm just not going to re-sign these guys, and then the same thing will go with the free agency and the draft for if I want to draft or sign a kicker in free agency. The same thing will go with the last name thing. But Kyle Fuller, I want back on the team for sure. We don't have all that much money because it's probably because we have a massive amount of picks, and they're all pretty early. But Kyle Fuller's back. He is the only player that I want to bring back and that I'm actually eligible to bring back. Everybody else I can't. But anyway, I'll see you guys at the end of the year. I forgot to mention this earlier, but I can also draft players in the draft if they have the same last name, even if the last name isn't shared with somebody else in the NFL. Like this Tyrone Porcher guy, if I want to draft him or something and I happen to find somebody else with the last name Porcher in this draft class, then I'm able to do that. I'm not just saying that because like I found a scenario that would work with and I'm just trying to cheese it or anything. No, I just forgot to mention that in the beginning of the video. I fully intended to and I just forgot. So obviously we did not make the playoffs. How did the team end up doing? I did not mean to go that way, but whatever, it happened. We went 5-11. Not ideal. I would have wanted to go to have a worse record just so we get a better pick, but we lost every game in the preseason. We ended up beating the Browns our first week, but then getting shut out by the Vikings. We beat the Ravens. We got shut out by the Chiefs. We beat the Packers and the Bengals, and then we beat the Texans. We beat some actually, you know, pretty decent teams like the Packers and the Texans, but the division as a whole wasn't very good. Let's check out the stats, though. Kaepernick had 3,800 yards, 15 touchdowns, 17 picks. Horrible season. Doesn't really matter, though. Fitzgerald Toussaint averaged under 3 yards a carry, which is terrible. Receivers, Travis Kelce got over 1,000 yards, as did Sammy Watkins. That's not bad. Justin Hunter actually did decently, but it doesn't matter. He's not staying on the team. Sacks, absolutely terrible from Gerald Hawkins, but the rest of the O-line played pretty well, to be honest. Defensively, Eric Kendricks had a lot of sacks. I will take that for sure. Or not a lot of sacks, a lot of tackles. 142, that's not bad. J.J. Watt had 17 tackles for loss. Jesse Williams had 14. Sacks, we got 17.5 from J.J. Watt and then 12 from his brother. The Watt brothers combined for 29.5 sacks, which is nice to see. Interceptions, 2 from Abdul Qadis. It's actually kind of funny because the computer picked him up and he led our team in picks, I guess. Well, tied with Cameron Sutton and Kyle Fuller, but then Michael Kendricks and Eric Kendricks each got one as well. Really, did Kendall Fuller not get one? He did not get one single interception. That sucks. Maybe he was just locked down the whole year. I doubt it, though. No touchdowns. That's all right. We were last on offense. Kind of understandable. Understandably so. I think that's what I meant to say. 21st on defense, though. Honestly, I thought we were going to be last. Tom Brady wins MVP. You know, completely shocked. There are no Steelers in this running. Offensive Player of the Year, again, there's not going to be a Steeler in here. I think I saw Joe Flacco, though. Defensive Player of the Year, nobody from the Steelers. Offensive Rookie of the Year, again, I doubt there's any Steelers in this. Defensive Rookie of the Year, TJ Watt comes in second. I would have loved if he won that, but that's okay. And Cameron Sutton comes in 10th. Doesn't really matter, though. He's not staying on the team. Check out the experience. You already saw some of the offense, I'm sure, but I saw Derek Watt got 33,000. Okay. Sammy Watkins did pretty well, but how did Derek Watt get this much? Did he make the Pro Bowl? He had to have. He did make the Pro Bowl. Way to go, my man. Check out the defense, though. Anyone have a good amount here? TJ Watt has 13K. That's nice to see. His brother JJ over there is 11. The Watt brothers are running the experience right now, but anyway, I'll see you in the offseason. So in free agency here, we have Sammy Watkins to bring him back. I guess he wasn't able to be negotiated with at the midseason mark, so I'm going to do that if I'm able to. I'm not going to be able to, because we have negative $9.5 million in cap room. Don't know where all this cap room's coming from. Does that do anything different? Hold on. Does that help it at all? It does not. Okay, maybe I can cut some people? And maybe that'll give me some money back to get Sammy Watkins. He's really the only guy I care about. So let me kind of go try to do that. And if I can't, I'll just see you in free agency where we won't have Sammy Watkins, which sucks. So we are in free agency now. I was not able to bring in Sammy Watkins, and somehow we still have negative cap room, even though I went through and cut a whole lot of people. Andrew Norwell's here, which is pretty cool, but I wouldn't have been able to go after him anyway. Carlos Hyde I could have, though, because of Micah Hyde. Might as well just show who's here. Don't think there's really anybody that I would want here. Alex Collins I could have went after because of Jalen Collins, but I don't have money anyway. I don't get how I don't have any money, because I went through and cut all of the free agents, so each of them cleared like $3 million. So of course Sammy Watkins is here, I can't go after him, but I'm going to allow myself to trade for him, because I think that's only fair. Especially since I cut Jalen Watkins as well. I don't know where he is. He's down here somewhere probably. Is he a strong safety? I think he's a strong safety. So hopefully he gets signed by a team, because then I can just trade for both of them again. He's not currently, but I'll just make a way to get Sammy Watkins again, because I think it's fair. I cut all the free agents. I don't know how we don't have much money, but I'm not really too sure how the money situation works, if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, we'll go to the draft now. So I accidentally didn't show the clip of me trading up, but I traded up with the Raiders. Let me go back to my transactions to show you the trade. Transactions, I'll show you what happened. I gave the Steelers, nope, I gave the Raiders, my fault, AJ Jefferson, who's a backup left end, Gerald Hawkins, who's my starting left tackle, actually, I think, and my 22nd pick for the second pick. I also have the third, but I want to make sure I can get this player, so let me just show you who it is. And he actually doesn't share a last name with anybody else. It's this guy right here, Jatavius Triplett. The only reason why I'm able to get him is because, I'll show you, there's this player down here whose name is Curtis Triplett. Pretty sure it's spelled the same way. Tripplettt. Let me make sure. Tripplettt. Yes, it is spelled the same way, so that is nice to see, because that means I'm able to take them. I'm going to make my selection here. I'll probably trade down my next pick. But with this one, let's go with Jatavius Triplett. He looks amazing. Absolutely insane combine for an offensive lineman. Very good stats. 24 years old is a bit rough, but I think he's going to be like an 80 overall at least. He is an 80 with normal development. Very, very, very solid player. I'm excited to have him on the team. Like I said, though, this pick is just going to get traded away just to get some stuff next year, and that looks phenomenal to me. So I'll trade that away with the Bears. I know I just did something that I probably shouldn't have done, because somebody in my last rebuild told me to look at all of the options before I decide to trade down. I'm sorry, I forgot, but I'll trade down this one and I'll look at all the options this time. So that's a first and a second. The second's this year, actually no, it's a first next year, second this year, second next year from the Bengals. That's probably going to be the best. That's another first this year. I don't need any more first this year, I don't think, though. That's a second and a third next year. No. I think I might take this one with the Colt. Nope. Yeah, I'm taking it with the Browns, because I think they're gonna have the first overall pick next year. That's pretty valuable. This next pick, though, I think I'm actually going to take a player. Also, I should mention there are no quarterbacks I'm eligible to take. I'll show you if you want to see, but I can't take any of these guys up here. Weaver, I can't think of anybody whose last name is also Weaver or Fine, so not really able to take any of them. But with this pick, though, let's go with Humphrey. I think Humphrey looks like he's going to be the best for the team. I mean, at the 6th pick, he's a mid-first rounder, but I'm going to go with him. Dylan Humphrey, obviously sharing a last name with Marlon Humphrey. Let's go with him here. You any good? 80 overall, normal development. A very good 3-4 or 4-3 outside linebacker. What is your zone coverage? 75. That's really good as well. He's probably going to get some playing time. I mean, I don't know, because one of the outside linebacker positions doesn't really play. I've noticed that from playing or doing a couple of rebuilds with 4-3 defenses, but whatever, he's still a good player. This pick is going to Andre Freeman. Andre Freeman? Doesn't look amazing, but I think he's good enough to be on the team. So, obviously sharing a last name with Devontae Freeman, that's the first person I thought of. He looks pretty good, 21 years old, very good top 3 skills, just one of those stereotypical huge receivers. Let's go with him here. 74 with slow, absolutely terrible pick. My next pick is going to Adrian Baldwin. I don't think this one is going to be a bust of a pick, because he looks very, very good, has a very good combine, shares a last name with Doug Baldwin, so he's eligible to be drafted, so let's go with him here. 77 normal development, very talented offensive lineman, that's nice to see. So I don't know how nice of a pick this is going to be, but I'm going to go with it, I think. What other pick do I have? I have the 2nd pick in the 2nd round. Let me just make sure of something very, very quickly, that this guy isn't going to go early 2nd round. Okay, he's a mid-2nd round talent. He should totally be there by the time I'm drafting, but I'm going with Banks Claiborne here. Early first rounder, I'm sorry if you heard that door close, by the way. Early first rounder most likely has slow development, which I'm worried about. But even if he does, I think he's worth it because he's probably still like a 77, but let's just go with him. 78 with normal, okay. Pleasantly surprised by that. Thought he was going to have slow, he doesn't. And he's actually not that bad. He is rather slow, which is a problem, but normal development, perfectly fine for me. 78 overall, not bad. And obviously shares a last name with Morris Claiborne. This pick is going to Frank Kelly, sharing a last name with Ryan Kelly. Was the first player I thought of. He looks phenomenal as a right end. It says he's a 4-3 guy, but he's not that quick. He could probably slide into defensive tackle, which is what I plan to do with him. So let's go with him here. 76 overall, quick development. Very nice pick there. We picked him one pick behind of where he was supposed to go. I think he's going to fit nicely at defensive tackle. I'm going to trade away both of these second rounders that I have remaining here, hopefully for some third rounders this year. That's 2 second rounders next year. I might actually have to take that one. I actually lied, I think. I think I might take this one with the Saints because that's a second rounder and then a third and a sixth that I can use for sure. Third and a fourth from the Redskins I don't really want. Anything else better? Third, a second, and a seventh. I think that's what the Saints were offering, right? No, that's actually a third, a second, and a sixth. I think those are the same years too. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the Saints one here. That Browns one is gonna be a good second rounder next year, yeah, but I think I could use the picks this year. And this pick as well, I'm going to trade down. I'll show it here quickly. That's the same exact trade that they offered me earlier. That's all next year's stuff, though. I don't know if I want that. I kind of want another third rounder, so I might go with this Raiders here. Let me try to get a decent... That's actually going to be a really good third rounder the more I think about it, because that's the second pick in the third round. I think I'm going to go with that one, but let me make sure I look at all the offers first. Yeah, I'm going to go with that one. Because there are 2 safeties I want to pick up in the third round, and I might as well just keep talking through this, because I think I'll just take them with these picks right here. Let's see, though. Let me make sure. There's a guy right down there I want. Is that the guy I want? No, he is an early third rounder, so I do want him. Or is it this guy? He's a late third rounder. Okay, so this is the guy I want, Trawan Casey, sharing a last name with Jarrell Casey. He looks pretty decent, not phenomenal, but definitely good enough to start, I think. So let's go with him here. 72 normal development. I think he's good enough to start, though, because he has the potential to go up tremendously, especially if he makes the Pro Bowl. And I see defensive backs making the Pro Bowl a lot, especially safeties. And I think with this pick, I'm going to go with my other third-round talented safety, because I don't think there's anybody else on my draft board who is a third-round talent. And do I have a fourth rounder? I have the 5th pick in the 4th round. When are you supposed to go? Early 4th round. I can actually take him with my other third-round pick. So Cedric Breland is now on the squad. Another 72 overall safety, but he's not bad at all. 90 speed, 80 zone, 83 hit power, 92 acceleration. That's not terrible. He's probably going to come in and start as well. This pick is going to a center as long as he is still here. I hope so. Is he still there? He is. Ray Casillas. Same last name as Jonathan Casillas. I hope he is. I hope he spells it the same way. I'm actually not sure if he does, but I'm just gonna assume he does. Anyway, Ray Casillas is now on the squad. Actually, not yet. I didn't pick him yet, but I'm gonna discuss him a little. Top 3 skills are really good. B+ impact, B- pass. C run isn't that great, but he has a very good combine, pretty quick, very strong, pretty agile, good 3-cone, all that good stuff. So let's go with him. 74 overall, normal development. Very good player, because now I think I can slide Jason Kelsey to like right tackle. I think that's what I'm going to do. And my O-line is almost finished. I'm not sure if I have another offensive lineman that I want. And I mean, in this draft, I'm not sure if I actually have another one scouted. I'm pretty sure I do, but yeah, not bad pick. So here I'm going to make sure I draft Curtis Triplett because I drafted his relative, if you want to think of it that way, earlier in the draft. I have to make sure I get this guy. So let's go with him here. 72 overall, normal development. Honestly, not bad. His overall is probably low because he doesn't fit this scheme at all, but I think I can actually find a way around starting him. I think I might throw him down to defensive end and then put JJ Watt, not Derek Watt, JJ Watt at defensive tackle, and then have my other defensive tackle guy. You'll see later, but I think I can make a way or find a way for him to start if it's in the best interest of the team. I don't think this guy's going to be very talented, but why not take him? Sir Darius Barnett, sharing the same last name as Derek Barnett, of course, the rookie for the Eagles this year. Late 5th round talent. This is like an early 5th round pick here. It's not the biggest deal. He has horrible top 3 skills. I mean, he has pretty decent man coverage. He can fly, though, so I hope maybe if he like randomly has quick development or something, that would be amazing because he could probably start and do pretty well. He's probably going to start regardless, but he's a 70 overall, normal development. Like I said, doesn't have the best coverage stats, but he's not a bad 5th round pick. I'm just going to take this player here now. Bo Campbell looks pretty good. He's a mid-6th round talent. We're in like the mid-5th round, but I kind of want to make sure I get him in case he has like quick development or something like that. But Bo Campbell, welcome to the team. 70 overall, normal development. Very good pick though. He's ranked 76 in the entire draft. We took him 144. He's not a bad player whatsoever. So I think our starting right end is either going to be him or that outside linebacker we drafted, depending on who is a higher overall, because I think the scheme is currently a 3-4 defensive end, so that's why his overall is low. So it depends on who is a higher overall. I'm going to be trading away my 5th round draft pick here and those 3 6th round draft picks, and then probably 2 of those 7th rounders, maybe not, I don't know, but I'm going to at least trade away those 4 that I mentioned in the first place, and then I'll come back to you guys with a pick. I am back in the 7th round, and I'm going to be drafting Tavares Henry, obviously sharing the last name as Hunter Henry, Derrick Henry, whoever you want to think of. Doesn't have the greatest combine. He can jump pretty high, though. He can jump the highest out of all the left guards, and he's decently strong, you know, top 10 in the bench press reps with pretty good top 3 skills. I mean, he doesn't look bad. He's probably going to be like a 75. I guess it's a 75. 73, okay. He's not horrible, though. 7th round pick, excellent pick, which is nice to see. He's definitely going to start, though. This is going to be the greatest pick in the entire draft. We are drafting a punter because we are actually able to. There is no kickers we are able to draft, which is a problem. Hold on. Mooney and Fales. We're not able to draft either of those guys. And the punters, Proctor I can't take, Inzer I can't take, so Grant Ryan. B+ kick power, B- kick accuracy. Let's just go with him. 70 overall. Not bad. I mean, he's going to be our starting punter, and I'll just pick up a kicker in free agency. I could trade away this pick, but I don't really want to. Let's pick somebody random. Is there any quarterbacks we are eligible to take? Lynch. I can take Lynch or I can take Walsh. Alright, which guy should I go with? You are 22 years old. You're 23 years old, but looks like you have a bit better of a combine. I'm going with Spencer Walsh here. Let's go. 61 overall. He's going to be our starting quarterback for sure. Absolutely abysmal, but he's going to be our starting quarterback. So this is what the team looks like for the first season. I was going to try to trade for Sammy Watkins, but let me show you why I can't. Apparently we have negative $2.34 million in cap room, which I still don't get. Maybe it's because, I mean, I know J.J. Watt makes a lot of money. I don't really know how to interpret the contracts or whatever. I just kind of just go with the flow. Whatever, we don't have much money, which sucks. Maybe next season we will, maybe after, because we don't have that many draft picks this year, so hopefully that frees up some room. I'm not really sure, but this is what the team looks like. I signed a couple free agent wide receivers, like Bethea here. I can sign him because of Antoine Bethea. We got Engram over here because I can sign him because of Evan Engram. Not sure who else I signed. Freeman was already on the team. The O-line's actually looking pretty good. After one season, these guys should all be upgraded quite nicely. Defensively, I don't think I signed anybody different, but this is what the situation looks like. We got Triplet playing at left end here. We got J.J. Watt playing defensive tackle and Kelly playing defensive tackle. They look very good. Well, Kelly does. He's a 79 overall. T.J. Watt's obviously still there. We got Humphrey starting out right outside linebacker. Then Michael Kendricks moved to left, and then everything else is the same, I think. I don't want you starting. I want to make sure Barnett starts because he's a rookie. So yeah, this is what the team looks like. I think it looks pretty good. Not really, actually. I don't know why I just said that. It doesn't look very good. The defense is actually coming along decently, though. The offense is still struggling because we don't have a quarterback. So I'm just going to sim, and we're not going to win like any games. I'm sure we won't, but let's see what happens. At the midseason mark here, we are a whopping 2-5, which I'm actually okay with because we'll get a better draft pick then. Taking on the 3-4 Panthers, we have Eric Kendricks to bring back, but we probably can't even do that because I don't think I have any money. Am I correct? I have $100 million now. I could have traded for Sammy Watkins then, but whatever. I'm not going to complain about that because at least we have money. I don't care. We have $100 million. I don't know when the money hit because I stopped simming at week 1 to see if, or after week 1 to see if that did anything. See if maybe money got distributed then. I'm not sure how that works. I'm completely not sure how that works. And we still had negative cap room, so I couldn't trade. But yeah, I guess we have money now. Doesn't really matter too much. But this is what the experience looks like. No one looks like they're going off, but that's alright. Our quarterback has 4,000. Our running back's not confident. I also missed week 3 to see who the superstar developer was, which is a problem, but that's okay. We actually kind of have a playoff shot here if you look at it this way because the Browns are 4-4 and the Bengals are 3-4, and they're the top 2 teams in the division. If we can go 11-5, I'm sure we'll make the playoffs, but there's no chance that happens. Anyway, I'm going to scout these players, and I'll see you at the end of the season. At the end of the season here, we did not make the playoffs. Also, I forgot to sign a kicker, but I guess they signed Zane Gonzalez. I'm sure that works with somebody whose name I can't think of right now. I'm sure there's a Gonzalez in the NFL. No, wait. I signed Dustin Hopkins, though. Whatever. I don't know. Maybe Zane Gonzalez just moved to the practice squad. Who knows? We went 4-12. We actually didn't come in last in the division, and the Bengals won the division going 7-9. That's okay. All right. Anyway, team schedule. Let's check this out. We went. What did we go? 2-1-1 in the preseason. We opened up the season with a loss, and we beat the Ravens. Then we went on a 3-game losing streak. We beat the Broncos, lost a couple, beat the Bengals by a lot there. Actually, did we beat the Bengals twice? No, we lost to them opening game. Couldn't remember if we lost or we won, but we lost to the Saints, beat the Ravens, and lost the remaining 5 games. Let's see how the quarterback played. Watch he win like Rookie of the Year, and he just went off, and he's going to be the best quarterback ever. No, actually, 4,400 yards isn't that bad. I mean, 30 touchdowns isn't bad, but 27 picks is abysmal. But if they value yards and touchdowns, he may have still won it, to be honest. Rushing, though, Claiborne did terribly. We need a better running back, that's for sure. Andre Freeman actually played really well. Not gonna lie, Engram actually played very well too, having 11 touchdowns. Okay. Blocking, this should be a lot better than last season. And it was far better from last season. Defensively, Eric Kendricks at 156 tackles. That's not bad at all. Tackles for loss, we got 31 from J.J. Watt and 12 from Frank Kelly. Sacks, we got 15.5 from J.J. Watt, 12 from Curtis Triplett, that's cool to see, and 12 from T.J. Watt. Interceptions, we got 4 from Kyle Fuller and Kendall Fuller. The Fuller brothers combined for 8 picks. 2 from Serdarius Barnett and Eric Kendricks, and then 1 from Cedric Breland and Cameron Sutton, who's still on the team. Whatever. Pretty sure Will Sutton's a player in the NFL, so it kind of works, but not really. And J.J. Watt got a touchdown. That's actually pretty cool to see. 28th on offense. Probably not fantastic on defense, if I had to guess. 22nd. All right. That wasn't very good. I don't know why I kind of sounded surprised. The freaking 49ers won 14-2. And they have Le'Veon Bell. Oh, all right. Okay. All right. Whatever. AFC Offensive Player of the Year. I don't expect to see any Steelers in this. Defensive Player of the Year, maybe. Yeah, there's J.J. Watt. Cool to see. And Eric Kendricks makes it in there, too. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Our quarterback does not win it. That's not really the biggest deal in the world. But Banks Claiborne comes in 3rd. Audrey Freeman comes in 5th. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Dylan Humphrey, who's our outside linebacker. That's nice. Curtis Triplett comes in 2nd. Serdarius Barnett comes in 4th. Frank Kelly comes in 6th. And Trowan Casey comes in 8th. And Cedric Breland comes in 10th. We had like every other one at one point. That's cool to see. Anyway, check out the experience. It's probably nothing phenomenal. Actually, probably for the outside linebacker, it's pretty good. 13K from the quarterback is not great. 10K from the wide receiver, I guess, isn't terrible for a wide receiver. I mean, I feel like I can probably get the quarterback up more than I can the wide receiver with that experience. I don't know. Defensively, though, our outside linebacker has 33,000. That's nice to see. Triplett has 24,000. He probably made the Pro Bowl then. Is that right? Yes, that is right indeed. He did make a Pro Bowl. The whole D-line is pretty experienced up, if I can use that as a verb. I don't know, but anyway, I'm going to go to the offseason now. I guess our team signed Levine Toilolo because I definitely didn't do it. I'm not going to sign him back. Ray Hernandez is here. I'm actually going to give a contract, though, to Orleans Engram. He looks decent. He looks very decent. He played pretty well for us, so why not, right? Okay, he can be a good number 4 receiver. Dustin Hopkins, how much do you want? I can sign another kicker. It's not a problem. Sheldon Bethea. You're not very confident. I'm not going to give you a contract. I can find other guys for that. Not a big deal there. But anyway, we're about to be in free agency, and this free agency period is huge. Because there's a chance for, like, Mike Evans to be here. And I'm able to get Mike Evans because, I don't know, Jari Evans, he's still in the NFL, I think. I can take him for that reason. Sorry for that door. That was probably pretty loud. But let's see who's here. Le'Veon Bell, but I said I'm not going to take players from the Steelers back. It's okay, though, because there's Tevin Coleman. I can take Tevin Coleman because of a variety of reasons. Corey Coleman, Brandon Coleman, there's 2. 106 points. I'm going to give him more than that because I've seen players not accept contracts with a lot of points, and we can afford it. 110. I will give him that. Please accept that. I need more people. That's just a thing. Ty Montgomery. There might be another Montgomery, but I can't think of it right now. Robert Kelly don't need... I was going to put Ty Montgomery to wide receiver if I got him. But I would very much like a wide receiver in the draft. That's actually a big thing. Jordy Nelson. I can actually go after Jordy Nelson because of J.J. Nelson. Or Martavis Bryant, but actually, no, I can't do that. Tyler Lockett, no. I think I'm going to actually go after Jordy Nelson. As weird as that sounds, I'm going to do it. I'm going to lowball him a little bit, though. We definitely need we definitely need a wide receiver, though, like a decent wide receiver. 76 might be enough. I kind of hope it is. And then, there's no good quarterbacks, right? Drew Brees, no. Alex Smith, no. Okay, yeah, not really. Kicker. Should I just offer, where is he? Blair Walsh? No, I can't do that. That's not what I meant to see. He has slow development. Dustin Hopkins? No, I'll just look for a kicker. He'll probably make it in free agency if I don't get him. But I think those are all the players I'm going to go after. I actually didn't look thoroughly enough, but those are the big guys I'm going to go after, and I'll now see you guys in the draft. Okay, I am now in the NFL draft, and I have the first overall pick. And I think I'm going to take that pick. I'm going to do that first, and then I'll probably... Actually, I need a cornerback? That's my... No, I'm going to take the pick. I'm going to take the pick here just to make sure I get the guy. So here I am going to be taking Rodnell Thompson. So you can either think of like Shaq Thompson or Chris Thompson, whoever you want to think of. But I'm taking him here. He looks very good. 82 overall. Superstar development. I knew he was going to have superstar. That's why I really wanted him. And he is a phenomenal player. So just like last year, I'm trading up to the second overall spots in order to take another player. This guy is a mid-first round talent, but he is the only good-looking quarterback in this entire draft, and also the only one I can take, so I'm not taking any risks with this guy. Harris Sendejo is going to join the team because of Andrew Sendejo on the Vikings, of course, the strong safety I think he is. This guy is going to come in and be our quarterback. I don't care how bad he is. Pretty much as long as he doesn't have slow development, we're set. I really hope he doesn't have slow, though. 80 overall normal. Okay, that's actually phenomenal. He is a great player. He's going to come in and start for us very, very perfectly there. This pick is going to Jax Davis, and I think the plan here, since this guy is a 3-4 defensive end, also he just looks phenomenal. I think this guy is going to be a defensive tackle, and I'm going to move J.J. Watt back outside to defensive end. That makes sense to me. I think that's gonna be what happens here. This guy just looks amazing. 79 with normal, but 88 strength, 87 power move, 87 tackling, being 316 pounds. He looks like an amazing defensive tackle. I'm trading back into the first round. I have no more first round draft picks, but I'm giving the Eagles my second pick in the second round, this cash guy and a fourth rounder for the 10th pick right now. And with this pick, I'm going to pick up a safety, free safety, I think. This guy looks really good. Doesn't have the best tackling, but he's right here. Kydarius, I think that's how it's pronounced, Kydarius Rhodes, obviously sharing a last name with Xavier Rhodes. B+ hit power, B- zone coverage is all I'm really looking at here. He's pretty quick too, has the third fastest 40, and just has an all-around really good combine, so let's go with him. 77 with slow. I'm not paying attention to the draft stories apparently, because I didn't notice this guy, but whatever. Slow development, it's okay. He's still actually really good, so I think he's going to start regardless. I'm going to trade away this second and these 2/3 I have, and I'll be right back. I am now in the 5th round, so I'm going with Curtis Fowler here. Nope, I'm in the 4th round. I lied, but I'm still going with Curtis Fowler. He looks pretty good for a center. Doesn't have the greatest combine, but he's still rather strong. He's actually really agile. He's the most agile center there is in this draft. Pretty good top 3 skills. I think he'll be decent. 71 overall, normal development. Not amazing, but he's good depth. Now this next pick, I understand I'm not able to use this player, but I just want to see what he's all about. Okay, Quantavius. First off, fantastic first name. Quantavius McRath. I don't think I can use this guy because I can't think of anybody in the NFL whose last name is McRath, but this is the greatest combine I have ever seen out of a quarterback, and I just want to see what he's all about. He'll just be like bench stock for me, but I just want to see what he's about. 70 overall, quick development. Okay. Obviously I wasn't going to start him. Even if I could use him, I wouldn't start him over the other guy, but I just needed to see what he was all about because I've never seen a quarterback with over a 7 combine before. So here we are in the 5th round now. It doesn't really matter who I take. Let's go with Parker Cole. He just looks a little better. Obviously there is, what's his name? Keenan Cole? Is that the rookie wide receiver from the Jaguars? Is that what I'm thinking of? Keelan Cole? Something like that? I think it might be Keelan. I don't know, but there's somebody in the NFL whose last name is Cole, so I'm eligible to take him. Let's go with it. 75 overall, normal development. Not bad. Potentially a good backup, but he actually might start. I'm not sure what my O-line's looking like because I haven't spent any of the experience yet. With this next pick here, hopefully we're able to take that other guy I had scouted. James Lewis. You can think of Mercedes Lewis. That's who I thought of first. This guy looks pretty much identical to the last guy. Actually, he's a worse combine, but pretty similar stats to be honest. Lower overall, but he's still very good. This is like the last player that is projected to go, drafted and not go undrafted. I have this fullback here who's probably going to be like an 84. But first, I'm taking Davin. I'm going to go Davin. Davin McCourty, obviously, maybe the cousin of the McCourty brothers or another McCourty brother, who knows. Does not look phenomenal, but he has a good combine for a D-tackle. Does not have good top 3 skills, though. Let's just go with him. 69 overall, normal development. He's actually ranked rather highly, but he's not very good. Now, I'm sure this fullback is rated very highly in the draft because he's just one of these guys with very good impact block. Dixon Taylor is now on the team. You can think of Trent Taylor. That's who I was thinking of, I think. Doesn't really make sense considering, pretty sure Trent Taylor is white. I don't know. Whatever, he's on the team. 81 overall, normal development. Ranked 3rd in the draft. Really easy to draft fullbacks. It's really not hard. This Cole guy that we just drafted, a second and a third rounder for AJ Green. I could have done this the first season, but I didn't because of my money situation. But now I have to go get his brother, I think. I found him. He's a free agent. So I signed TJ Green in free agency, and to make this a little more fair, I guess, I'm going to go out and trade for a 68 rated strong safety, and I'm just going to sign TJ Green in free agency. I didn't know he was a free agent. I thought he was still on a team. So let me go trade for a 68 overall free safety, whoever that turns out to be. Boom. Here is the team for the third season. Not exactly sure if this is going to be the last season or not. Hopefully we can make the playoffs. Let me actually sign another wide receiver because I see that our fifth wide receiver, I think, is Travis Kelce. And I'd rather just have a random guy here who, you know, who can share a last name with someone else. So, Chris Conley? He might actually come in and start, though, so that's the issue with that. Would that be a problem? I'm going to go for it. Chris Conley, maybe you come in and start and play slot. That's not actually not even a bad thing, because then Gary and Conley, you know, that's why I can sign Chris Conley, by the way. He's going to come in and start. I'll take that. You're a balanced wide receiver? Let me go change this scheme. I think it's in red zone threat. I mean, you are pretty tall, though, but maybe this will make him go up in overall. Let's see. Balanced. Does that make him go up? If he stays the same, I'll leave him as balanced. Let's see what happens, though. He went down, I think. So I'm going to put him back to, I think speed actually works really well with wide receivers. Let's see if this works. Usually works with other guys. So speed should make him potentially go up. Nope, made him go down again. I'm an idiot. Okay, so I'm going to put him back to red zone threat. I think that made him go up the most. So let's do that, and maybe he can actually play well in the slot. I don't know. But this is what the offense looks like. Obviously, there's AJ Green at the #1 wide receiver position. Jordy Nelson we ended up getting in free agency, so I put him at #2. Just because why not? I feel like he can do decently. Sendejo, of course, is the quarterback. Tevin Coleman's the running back. Chris Conley, not Gary Conley, is wide receiver #3. Offensive line is looking decent. I like what it looks like for sure. Travis Kelce is still the starting tight end. Defensively, so there are some changes here. I moved Michael Kendricks up the strong safety because Triplett is actually decent at left outside linebacker, and left outside linebacker does not play very frequently in this 4-3 scheme, so I'm okay with this because whenever this guy gets in, I mean, Michael Kendricks had like 50 tackles last year, so he didn't play much. So Michael Kendricks is up at strong safety. We got Rhodes starting at free safety. Cornerback situation looks really good because Thompson is a beast at the #2 position. I'm actually going to put him at #2 and not at the nickel. Defensive line still looks very good. That's been definitely the best part of our team this entire rebuild so far. J.J. Watt is back at left end. I'm sure he's going to be able to get over 15 sacks at least this season. I think everything else is pretty much the same. Actually, no, this Davis dude is a defensive tackle now. He's an 84 overall defensive tackle. I knew he was going to be a god. Specialist. I don't think we have a kicker. No, Zane Gonzalez. Is there somebody else named Gonzalez? I don't know. I'm going to cut him, though. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head right now, so let's go sign a kicker. The best part of this rebuild is definitely going to be this kicker signing here. Who can we get? Can't get him. Can't get him. Myers. Nope. Hopkins. I can just sign Hopkins again. Sam Ficken. I wish. Culver. This guy looks really good, but I can't get him. 90 kick power, 80 kick accuracy, 88 kick accuracy. She's not bad at all. Let's go with. I can't get Holland back. Oh God. There's nobody else that's good. Okay. I'll just go with. Who is that? Henry? No, you're not very good. I'm going to go with Hopkins. Why not? 94 kick power, 82 kick accuracy is not bad at all. So there's the team. I'm going to spend my little bit of coach experience, and I'll see you at the end of the year. We did not make the playoffs this season. I think I'll go one more year. We went 5-11, and the Browns went 14-2. Okay, how did we go 5-11? I didn't mean to click on playoff schedule. This team's not even that bad. What happened? 2-2 in the preseason. Lost the opening game to the Bengals, beat the Cardinals. 3-game losing streak, won 2, lost 1, beat the Bengals, and lost a whole bunch. Beat the Dolphins, lost some more. Man, how did this not go well? I thought this team would have been at least decent enough to make a playoff spot, to be honest. Sendejo did not play badly. 4,400 yards, 28 touchdowns, 15 picks. Hopefully we can get... hopefully he is offensive rookie of the year. That's where I was going with that. Tevin Coleman gets over 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. Nearly gets 1,200 yards. Under 4 yards a carry, but that's okay. AJ Green has a very, very good season. He has 1,400 yards, 9 touchdowns. Jordy Nelson didn't do all that much, but that's okay. Chris Conley gets 5 touchdowns as well. Blocking should be pretty good, I think. Yeah, that's actually very good. Really good season there, not bad at all. Eric Kendricks, 153 total tackles, not bad. J.J. Watt had 17 sacks, I see. Nope, 17 tackles for loss. He had 18.5 sacks, though. Frank Kelly had 9. J.J. Watt had 9 sacks as well. Interceptions, 3 from Kyle Fuller, Eric Kendricks, and Kendall Fuller. 2 from Rondell Thompson, 1 from J.J. Watt, and Curtis Triplett. Curtis Triplett actually got an interception. That's pretty funny. Touchdowns, did we get any? We got 2. Kyle Fuller and Eric Kendricks each got a touchdown. Man, 17th on offense. We improved a lot there, I think. And 7th on defense. How did this team go 5-11? Makes no sense. Anybody from the Steelers in this? I highly doubt it. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, same thing here. I don't expect it to happen. Defensive Player of the Year, maybe J.J. Watt. He does make it at number 10. Offensive Rookie of the Year does go to our quarterback. That's nice to see. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Rondell Thompson comes in 2nd. Kadarius Rhodes comes in 3rd. Jax Davis comes in 6th. And that's it there. Okay, so let's check out the experience. And then I'll go to the offseason where hopefully we can bring in some studs to help us go into the playoffs. Is this ever going to load? Questions that I would like to be answered shortly. Maybe. Is it gonna? Doesn't look like it. I'll come back when it loads. So here's what the experience looks like. 29K, nearly 30K from the quarterback is not bad. The whole O-line's not playing well. I mean, they all got a decent amount of experience, though, to be fair. Jordy Nelson got 15K. AJ Green got 17K. Defensively, what do we got here? 21K from Frank Kelly. It's nice to see. Nobody else got a whole lot, but that's okay. I'm going to go to the offseason now, where hopefully we can sign some amazing players. I'm really hoping we can. So AJ Green actually is requiring a contract. So is Kendall Fuller and Michael Kendricks. I forgot to kind of neglected these guys. Okay. Anyway, AJ Green, let's give him a contract here. Hopefully he comes back to this. I don't want to have to sign you in free agency. Okay, thank you. Kendall Fuller, I would like to have back on the team as well. We've probably going to end with like 28 mil, I would say, in money by the time. Yeah, about that. Yeah. By the time we have to sign people. Okay, he's not coming back to the team. How big's the franchise tag? 8 mil. It's not actually that bad. I'll take it. Oh, Michael Kendricks, he's pretty good. Chris Conley's not coming back to the team. Neither are any of these people. Okay, so let's go into free agency here. Hopefully there are some great people that we can go after. That would be ideal. What do we got? Maybe like Deion Jones. Is he a free agent? Jalen Ramsey is. Tyreek Hill is. I'm going after Tyreek Hill. Keanu Neal. Deion Jones. I was right. Wow. Okay, Deion Jones is coming to the team. Carson Wentz. Okay, I can't get Carson Wentz because obviously there's no one else with the last name Wentz. Chris Jones is there. Okay, there are so many good people. I'm going to go after a whole lot of these people. Okay, so I'll let you know who I end up getting. In free agency here, we ended up picking up Jake Elliott, of course, because of Ezekiel Elliott. We were able to do that. Tyreek Hill because of Jeremy Hill, or Brian Hill, whoever you want to think of. And Deion Jones for Julio Jones. I know there's a lot of Joneses. So we got them all. That's really nice to see. So we are in the draft now, and there's not really many people that I want. I'm not looking to fill many positions, so I'm just going to go to my pick. There's like a safety that looks decent. He might go. He did go. It was Cyprian. Okay, well, I think that was the only guy I scouted in the first round, to be honest. So let's go with... Actually, we can go with Lewis Evans. Let's go with him. Why not? 79 with quick. Okay, we reached apparently, but you're really good. Obviously, I could take him because of Mike Evans. So, yeah, you're very talented. This pick, I'm just going to take Bradford Cohen. I can take him because of Tariq Cohen. Early second-round talent. I'm in the mid-first round, but I'm going to go with him anyway. 73 was slow. You are terrible, my friend. We're going with Cooper Cook here. Obviously, I can take him because of Sam Cook, the punter. I don't really have anyone scouted, but I'm sure this guy's going to be good. Yep, 75 with normal. Figured he'd be decent. There's really nobody else I want in this draft. I don't want to trade down because I'm not going to trade next year. I'm just going to go to the end of the draft. And then I'm going to make sure none of the players start. If they are like extremely good and they don't have a good last name, I'm going to make sure they don't start. Might as well go over the draft recap though while I am here. The draft is nearly over. We're in the 6th round, simulating the 7th round now. So let's see who we ended up picking up. Maybe we picked up some random studs that I'm able to use. Kind of doubt it though. A few contract details. We only took 3 players. Okay, so we got Josh Chapman. Couldn't use him even if I wanted to. Okay, Gregory Scott. Okay. Can I really not use him? Can I really not use Gregory Scott? Mitchell White, I think I can use, yeah, because James White, is he still in the NFL? I hope so. I need to do some research. I need to use Gregory Scott, at least as my number 2. Holy crap, he's good. Okay, according to NFLplayers.com, I found a player database, and I typed in Scott. So we got Artavis Scott, Rashawn Scott, Chris Scott, Larry Scott, Tim Scott. All the players in the NFL whose last name is Scott. Some of those guys are cut, but I don't care. Good enough for me. He is going to be playing the slot. No, Scotch will not play the slot. No, I'm going to put Tyreek Hill in the slot. who actually came with a lot of experience, to be honest. And AJ Green is going to be playing the number 1. Scott's playing the number 2. This is how the team's going to look. I'm sorry if this is cheesy, but I need something. Need a little bit of a boost to make the playoffs. This is actually really hard to do. I'm going to spend my experience, and then I'll see you at the end of the season once again for the final season, even if we don't make the playoffs. We made the playoffs, and we got a first-round bye at that. We won 11-5 and actually got a first-round bye. Wow, the AFC must have been pretty bad. Team schedule, 3-1 in the preseason, opening up the season with a loss, of course. That's what we like to see. 2 wins in a row, then my fault. Lost to the Eagles, won a whole bunch in a row. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games in a row. Nice to see. Lost to the Redskins, beat the Ravens, lost to the Cowboys and the Giants. Not ending the season as well as we should have, but that's okay. I actually did not see who won Offensive MVP from there. I usually do. Our quarterback played really well. 4,647 yards, 31 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Not bad. Tevin Coleman, 1,230 yards with 16 touchdowns. Very good season from him. AJ Green, pretty much an identical season from last year. Scott did decently as a number 2, not well though. And Tyreek Hill got over 1,000 yards. Only 2 touchdowns though. I think I saw Travis Kelce have 11. Amazing sack totals. That's not bad at all. Defensively, Deion Jones gets 134 total tackles. Not bad. 14 tackles for loss from J.J. Watt, who also had 12.5 sacks, as did T.J. Watt. They combined for 25. Cool to see. Interceptions, 5 from Deion Jones and Kendall Fuller. Very good season from Deion Jones. 3 interceptions from Michael Kendricks and Kadarius Rhodes. Rhodes actually played really well. Dylan Humphrey had 1. Rodnell, my fault. Thompson had 1, and Kyle Fuller also had 1. Check out touchdowns. Did we get any? Did I see a safety? No, I didn't. We got a block kick, though. Who's that from? J.J. Watt got a block kick? Alright, I'll take it. Any touchdowns? We got 1 from Deion Jones. Okay, he had a very exceptional season. We were 8th on offense. How about defense? Looks pretty good, I think. 13th. We're actually better on defense last year somehow. Quinn Weaver wins MVP. Alright, cool to see. Maybe that was what I saw then in that little news article thing. Wait, hold on. Is that guy a rookie? No, he's not a rookie. There's no way. I think he was from the first draft, I want to say. Could be rookie. That would be ridiculous. Anyway, though, I think I did actually see that in the news. I just didn't read it properly, I guess, because I did see a Chargers logo. Is our guy on this? He actually is. Harris Sendejo, number 9. Not bad. AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to that Weaver guy. Sendejo comes in 9th. Not bad. Defensive Player of the Year does go to Deion Jones. That's nice to see. J.J. Watt comes in 9th. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Rich Mancuso. I don't know. He's an 89 overall, though. Holy crap. He's probably a quarterback. We got Gregory Scott there at number 6. Not bad. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Anybody from our team? Doesn't look like it. Best quarterback, our guy comes in 6th. That's not bad. Best running back, I'm sure Tevin Coleman's here somewhere. There he is, number 6. Who is that? Oh, Joe Mixon. He's a 99. Alright. Best wide receiver, AJ Green is number 3. Cool to see. Josh Gordon made it. Alright, best offensive lineman. I'm surprised none of our guys made it, even though our team played very well on the offensive line. Best D lineman, J.J. Watt comes in 4th. T.J. Watt? Yeah, there he is, number 10. Not bad. Best linebacker, Deion Jones comes in 2nd. Best defensive back, Kendall Fuller. Almost said Kyle Fuller, but Kendall Fuller comes in 4th. That's nice to see. And best kicker, Jake Elliott, of course. The guy, the best Elliott in the NFL, of course, comes in 3rd. Obviously, I joke when I say that. But anyway, check out the team. Is it going to do this again? Alright, I'll be right back. Our right guard got 36,000. That's a Pro Bowl. Yeah, okay, nice. You got 30K for making the Pro Bowl. Nice to see there. Defensively, I see Rhodes has 36,000. Okay, he's actually going to be really good then. Deion Jones has 23,000. Fuller, 5.4. Okay, anyway, I'm going to spend this, and I'll see you guys with whoever we have to take on. We have to take on the 9-7 Jaguars here, but here's a look at the team first. Looks really good. This relative team looks pretty good to me. Check out the defense. Here it is. If anyone wants to see all the upgrades and everything, looks nice. Deion Jones up to a 98. Cool to see. Anyway, though, let's get into this game against the Jaguars. And if you guys are still watching, as we are a 94 overall, I got to think of a word now. Comment. Oh, man. Steak. Why not, right? Steak. I had that for lunch. No. Dinner? Dinner. I think it was dinner. I had steak for dinner. So, comment that if you want. Well, it was like college dorm steak. So, or not dorm, I guess, but like, you know, college meal hall steak. Wasn't top quality, but it wasn't bad, to be honest. Anyway, though, comment that if you are still watching. And I hope you are enjoying this this weird rebuild, because I think we should have made the playoffs last year. We didn't. We did terribly bad last year. I think we went 5-11 or something like that. But anyway, whatever. We're in the playoffs now. Hopefully we can take down the Jaguars. This game's actually super close. 24-20. It was close this entire time. 27-23. I think we're going to lose, though. Unless we get a touchdown right there. No, we got actually really close. Down to the end of the field. There was like 4 seconds left, I think, and we were probably around like the 30-25 yard line. And we couldn't get a touchdown. That's okay, though. Sendejo had a pretty good game. Nearly 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Did throw 1 interception, though. Blake Bortles did not play all that well. 247 yards, but not the greatest completion percentage and only 1 touchdown. Leonard Fournette ran extremely well, as did Tevin Coleman, but Coleman did not have a touchdown. Will Lutz had a touchdown. All right. Tyreek Hill at 114 total yards, leads the game. Whole bunch of touchdowns there. Cedric Cochran had 1. Tyreek Hill, it's actually not a whole bunch, it's only 4. AJ Green had 1, and so did Travis Kelce. Blocking I don't really care too much about. Mark Barron, who was on the Jaguars, had 14 tackles. Dylan Humphrey had 13. Tackles for loss, there was none the entire game. J.J. Watt had 2 sacks, Marcel Darius had 1, and Calais Campbell had 1. Interceptions, 1 from Mark Barron. Okay, so Mark Barron had a crazy game. He'd be the MVP, I think, if I had to give it out. Him or Leonard Fournette. But anyway, this is going to conclude the relative rebuild. I hope you enjoyed this interesting sort of rebuild. It's actually pretty fun to do. It's just super frustrating when you're going into the drafts and you need a quarterback, and you cannot draft any of the quarterbacks that look good. That happened to me the first year, of course, but then we were able to draft Sendejo. Very, very nicely we were able to draft him. It turned out very well. But yeah, this is the team. Pretty nice. Thanks again to Hurry the Feet for suggesting this. I kind of just altered what he said a little bit. But anyway, one last time, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.